Good evening and welcome to the Garfield Heights City School District Regular Board Meeting. Today is Monday, July 18th, 2020. I call tonight's meeting to order. Mr. Sluka, can I have roll call, please?
Yes, Mr. Juby.
Here.
Ms. King.
Here.
Ms. Morrison.
Here.
Ms. Thomas.
Let the record reflect she is excused from tonight's meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Sluka.
Mrs. Daniels.
Here. Can I have a motion to enter into,
So moved.
in a second? Second. Mr. Sluka, can you give me the time, please?
I have 5:35.
Was moved by Mr. Juby and second by Ms. King. Can I have roll call, please?
Yes, Mr. Juby.
Yes.
Ms. King.
Yes.
Ms. Morrison.
Yes.
Mrs. Daniels.
Yes.
We're going to be.
We are entering into executive session as of 5:35 p.m. for discussion of negotiations. Mr. Saluka, can you allow the records to show that we exited executive session this evening as of 6:05 p.m.?
Yes.
The next item on our agenda this evening is, can I have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
Madam President, before we make a motion on that, I'd like a motion to table item 20.8. And I'll give my rationale for that. We are creating an administrative position of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the contract for YDH, in my opinion, is redundant and not necessarily based on the job description and scope of services. I tried to get a hold of Dr. Reynolds today. He's out of the country celebrating his anniversary. I wished him well, and I would like to table this until he gets back.
Mr. Saluka, should there be a motion? Mr. Saluka?
Yeah, there's a motion to change the agenda to table item 20.8. So to amend the agenda to table item 20.8.
Is there a second on that motion? Ms. King, are you interested in a second motion?
No, not at this time. I believe Superintendent elect Reynolds had provided us some information during our last work session.
Ms. Morrison? I agree with Ms. King.
So what you guys, ladies are telling me, we're gonna pay a position of over 80,000 administrative position. Hire a consultant, which she already does work for us already. When we need her, why would we put her in a contract for $36,000 a year plus $120 an hour if she goes over 25 hours per month? That's all I'm asking for, is this to be tabled until Dr. Reynolds gets back, and I think that's a fair request.
Can we have the discussion, leave it on the agenda and have the discussion during that time?
Yes, so at this time, I don't have a second on the table to amend the agenda, but we can most definitely have that discussion when we get to that item on the agenda. Mr. Saluka, there was no second on that motion. Therefore, can I have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Second. That was moved by Ms. King and second by Ms. Morrison. Can I have roll call, please?
Ms. King,
Yes.
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Juby,
No,
Ms. Daniels.
Yes. The adoption of tonight's agenda was approved by a vote of 3-1. 3 yes, 1 no. At this time, we're going to have a moment of silence and reflection, and we'll have our Pledge of Allegiance led by Ms. King. Moment of silence, please. Ms. King. If you could please stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a motion for the approval to adopt the minutes from June 13th regular board meeting as presented. So moved. A second. Mr. Saluka, I second that motion. That was moved by Ms. Morrison and second by myself. Can we have roll call, please?
Ms. Morrison,
Yes.
Mrs. Daniels,
Yes.
Mr. Juby,
Yes.
Ms. King,
I'm abstaining from voting. I was absent at the last meeting.
Mr. Saluka, can you show that that motion was approved by 3 votes and abstained by 1? Thank you. At this time, I'll give the board president's report. Good evening and welcome to everyone. On behalf of the entire Board of Education for the Garfield Heights City Schools, I hope you are enjoying your summer and finding time for some fun and relaxation with family and friends. The Garfield Heights City Schools remain blessed to have such a dedicated group of teachers and instructors who work tirelessly to mentor our young students and propel them towards their respective futures. The Board of Education remains faithfully dedicated to our entire staff, our student body, and to public education as a whole, so that we can together fulfill our renewed vision for the Garfield Heights City Schools to become a premier educational institution recognized throughout Ohio as fully preparing students to be leaders equipped with real-world skills to contribute to a global society. And our mission, which will be to fully prepare students to pursue their dreams and give back as engaged citizens and future leaders. Thank you for your partnership in this matter. Next, on behalf of the Board of Education, I want to thank Treasurer Al Saluka and Assistant Superintendent Sean Patton for their help, guidance, and efforts during our interim period of transition and welcoming Dr. Reynolds as our new superintendent. Your leadership has been very apparent and useful during this process. Thank you both on behalf of the Board of Education. Finally, while we're all enjoying ourselves, hopefully for a few more weeks of summer, this time of the year has always brought me personally great hope and expectations for the future. The dawn of a new school year is upon the Garfield Heights City Schools, and excitement swirls around us. As a board, we have worked hard to set the organizational direction for the Garfield Heights City Schools with the new vision, mission, goals outlined in our plan. And we believe we have the right leadership going forward. Now it's time for the community to join together, plan in hand, united behind our leadership, and collaborate to put that plan to work. You see, these are more than words. This plan is our North Star for educational greatness. Garfield Heights students and staff can and will have an impact on our global society. The Board of Education looks forward to linking arm in arm with the community to make this plan a reality. How exciting. Enjoy your final weeks of summer, and thank you. And that concludes my report this evening. Is there any questions regarding my report this evening? If there's no questions relative to my report this evening, are there any committee reports tonight?
Madam Chair,
Ms. King.
I do have a community and family liaison report.
Ms. King?
On July 27th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., there will be a community engagement event to engage with the county planning on the master plan for the city of Garfield Heights. The meeting will be held at the Civic Center. You can also go on the city's website to obtain information on how to complete a community survey. You can either use the QR code or you can access paper and pencil at the Civic Center. Christmas in July will be held on Saturday, July 23rd from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Recreation Center. The cost is $5 with proof of residency and $10 for non-residents. There are a variety of fun activities planned. Rochelle Tonzing has been appointed councilperson for Ward 5 after the resignation of Jason Blake. The next regular city council meeting will be held on August 8th at 7 p.m. in council chambers. MyCom Garfield Heights will host a community engagement engagement event on Friday, July 22nd, beginning at 6:30 and will end at 8:30. Dinner will be served at 6:30 and will be offered to families while food lasts. There will be fun and games and fresh produce available. The event will take place at Holy Spirit Church on 131st Street. The Garfield Heights Police Department will host their Citizen Police Academy starting September 12, 2022. If you're interested, contact the Police Department Executive Assistant to request an application. That completes my report.
Thank you, Ms. King. Is there any
Madam President,
questions? Mr.
Just
Chu.
for something on Ms. King's report, Ms. Thompson was a graduate of Garfield Heights High School, 1971.
Oh, wow.
Just so you know.
It's great to know. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet.
Fine young lady.
Great, congratulations, Ms. Townsend. Is there any other questions or comments relative to Ms. King's report this evening? If there's no other questions, is there any other committee reports this evening? With there being no other committee reports this evening and no presentations, maybe we're gonna get out of here a little early tonight. We have our superintendent's report this evening.
Thank you, Mrs. Daniels. Before we begin, I have just 3 new administrators that are present this evening. First, we want to introduce Lindsay Kimura. She comes to us from Warrensville. She was an intervention specialist prior to, and this is her first administrative assignment, and she will be the new assistant principal at the middle school. We also have Miss Tanya Antel. She is our new special education supervisor. She comes to us from, had an AP position, but then prior to that, she worked for Warren City Schools. She's CPI trained, as well as working through compliance for IEPs. And then we also have our new special education director, Mr. Jonah Forte. He is coming from Euclid. Prior to that, he was a coordinator of special education for Euclid, and then also served as an assistant principal, as well as an intervention specialist. And so we welcome the 3 of them to the administrative team, and I know they're eager to start in the next couple of weeks. So
Welcome aboard.
So we just have a brief report. Good evening, board members and community members. As we work through the month of July, we have a few updates. First, we completed our summer learning in June. Students in grades 1 through 5 attended William Foster and worked on targeted skills in reading and math during the morning sessions for the first 2 weeks. Many students elected to stay through lunch and participated in afternoon enrichment activities. Our middle school students had the opportunity to complete STEM projects over a 1-week session. This allowed the district to bring in 2 different cohorts of students. Utilizing the kits and lesson plans developed by Camp Invention, students were able to work with their peers to problem solve in innovative ways. We thank everyone who was part of our summer learning programs in June. The district also distributed summer solution workbooks. We encourage everyone to continue to work on these materials each and every day. In August, we welcome our kindergarten students. This program allows us to prepare our kindergarten students as they start their educational journey with the Garfield Heights City Schools. Once again, this program will be taught by our kindergarten teachers. The district is also in the process of getting the buildings ready for everyone in August with our summer cleaning underway. I was able to visit a few buildings last week, and both the building custodians and cleaners are doing a wonderful job. And the district has been very busy in hiring new staff and getting everyone onboarded with our new employee onboarding system called Frontline Central. The new staff is looking forward to starting their new positions within the district. And finally, the district administrators have been working with our new superintendent, Dr. Richard Reynolds, as he prepares to begin his new role on August 1st. And this concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Patton.
Madam President, I have a question for Mr. Patton. Can you give a brief update without going into particulars on how negotiations are going with the teachers union, please?
Sure. So before we left our last session on June 7th, we tried to get several dates on the books. We were unable to do that. So we have offered to meet anytime during these several months of the summer months. We've also sent a letter to the negotiation team as well as a representative. This letter was sent out 3 weeks ago, and to this date, we have no response from anyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any other question for Mr. Patton this evening? I do want to make a comment regarding our summer enrichment programs. First, I would like to thank the administrator at the elementary level. She invited the board members to come out to their finale, and I had an opportunity to see all the great work that the students and the educators did during the summer. So I just want to thank the staff that took that extra time in the summer to ensure that our students had those enrichment opportunities. And I had a good time learning salsa steps and all that good stuff. So I like the fact that the children just did not have an opportunity for enrichment, but they were really doing some things that support their social, emotional well-being and just the culture of coming back to the Garfield Heights City School District ready to learn next school year. I'm excited personally about kindergarten because this is my last kindergartner going through kindergarten, but this program is very unique and it's really, I love the opportunity that the district gives our incoming kindergartners to prepare them for kindergarten. That's the foundation for our students being a successful student and being the portrait of the graduate that we have outlined as it relates to.
I think we're gonna